Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are back from break. The party has just had their entourage of Grimlocks slaughtered by a Drider who they have in turn slain. Matashtai has healed himself up some using the Staff of Healing.
Fully.
Using the Staff of Healing.
Because I got bottom tier rolls, and so I was like, fuck it, I'm drinking a potion.
Gotcha. Cool. Now we find ourselves at this point. So, let me go ahead and kill the battle music here real quick. Pop back over to Sargoth. And we can pop off.
Oh yeah, we popping off.
So, as you guys begin to pass by the Drider corpse, right? Hop over here real quick. As you guys begin to pass by the Drider corpse, you begin to hear you begin to hear this howling wind rising from the darkness around you.
Lord.
Lord.
Your skin begins to prickle as goosebumps begin to raise across your flesh. And almost involuntarily for all of you, a chill runs down your spine.
I have resistance to cold.
Not that kind of chill. The kind you have none of. So, in the aftermath of this battle, right? You all collect yourselves. Matashtai heals up his wounds. And you begin to hear this kind of like maddening like wind howl. Not loud, but kind of begins to rise up from the cavern around you.
Rise up.
What do you want to do?
Take off sprinting.
Okay. Bones takes off sprinting to the north.
We gotta keep going, bro. The goblin's counting.
Okay. So,
How far do we want to get in before he leaves?
What do you think the chances are he like fucked up halfway and started over?
75% that he's already gone. Because
Yeah.
he said, yeah, I can count to hundreds. 1, 100, 200. Haha, fucker.
That is possible. That seems like goblin logic right there. He did count to 200.
I'm operating under the fact that he's not a raging idiot.
all right. Bones, lead us.
Okay, I take off.
Okay.
Let's go. I don't even take time to fucking carve this thing. That's how much I'm taking off.
That's how much he's taken off. Oh my goodness. All right,
well,
Bones.
I'm that
I
committed.
stopped.
Okay, so as you rush forward, right, as soon as you kind of leave out of this little cavern that you are in, right, you head down a similar tunnel to the ones that you have already been passing down. It narrows and widens as you go. It's uneven, right? You're rising and falling as you begin to travel through it. But what you do notice is that the howling wind gets louder and louder here. And as you're passing through, you begin to see little cobwebs, right? Across, like, part of a ceiling here and then down the side of the wall there, right? You begin to see dark motes in your vision. Little spots as you're
Dark
walking
motes.
through, right? And that howling gets louder and louder, and it starts to get loud to the point to where it numbs your mind.
Sweet, I covered my ears.
Okay. You cover your ears,
Ear cover.
and you progress forward.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Progressing forward, 15, 21, 30, 35.
The tunnel begins to curve back southward. Not wholly unexpected, right? It's not the same as looking on a map, right? As actually traveling the tunnels themselves, but you are vaguely familiar with the layout of this path. So as it suddenly hooks southward to your left, it's not wholly out of left field. However,
Yeah, I'm vague AF.
the covering of your ears does not avail you. The rising howl within your mind becomes deafening, to the point to where you cannot hear your own movements. You can't hear your party behind you anymore. This is happening to all of you, by the way. As you get this far down the tunnel, you guys can't hear each other move. There's a brief moment, right, where
You can't hear me
Bones,
move
you're the
anyway.
person in the lead, and you have to actually like look back to make sure your party members are still there with you, because you can't hear them at all.
What is the sound that's deafening?
It's a howling wind in your mind.
Oh, in our
Mind
mind.
wind.
Like, it's not actually a wind, it's just in the mind.
No, it's a mind wind.
Can I roll anything to like resist it? Can I mentally fortitude against it?
How would you like to do that? What do you think gives you that ability?
Well, in general, Kalashtar have a strength against psionic attacks.
Sure.
So they have mental discipline, which gives resistance to psychic damage.
Okay.
But they also have dual mind, which when I make a wisdom saving throw, I can gain advantage on.
Okay.
So just seeing if that
Sure.
association with my Quarry spirit allows me to resist some sort of
He starts
mental
singing. He
attack.
goes, "This is the song that never."
I think that's an interesting concept. Absolutely. So Matashtai, you reach out with your mind, and more pointedly, you reach to your inner connection, right?
I reach to
Um,
Valena.
And
You reach
there's
out
a
inwardly.
moment that kind of startles you.
Some people.
and it's- There's silence on the other end of that connection.
Anyone that sees Matt sees a moment of panic.
Oh shit!
And then pushing through, right? A very familiar tone and level of comfort, right? You feel the connection there. And roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay.
You get advantage against psychic attacks, right? Or what was it?
So I have resistance against psychic, and I can use my reaction to gain advantage against a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so you can make a wisdom saving throw. Would like to use your reaction. There's not like a
I would like to-
limitation on that or anything there.
No, it's I can use it if I have a reaction available.
If you okay, well then that is the limitation. You don't have a reaction outside of
Yeah.
combat basically, or encounter basically, which is vaguely to me stupid as shit. But it's designed that way to prevent situations like this where you could just be like, oh, well I always have here you
I
go.
always
here
have
you go.
advantage.
Here you go. You know? So okay, just wisdom saving throw for me.
Wow.
22 is definitely gonna work. So there is absolutely some mind shattering presence here. And there's a moment, right, where Valena,
Yeah, Valena.
as the connection between you, right, strengthens, you're able to overpower the wind that is kind of drowning out everything else, right? There's a brief moment where Valina seems to feel she expresses that a familiarity, right? With this, well, not with this directly, but with this kind of like this sense, this feeling. This is, as she describes it, taint from the far realm. I can't use the word taint, really.
Don't say anything.
Okay.
Normally it's me that laughs at that kind of stuff.
I didn't say anything. Fuck off.
Does she give a sense of this could stop us in our tracks?
She expresses concern to you, right? That that the presence of this could have maddening effects on you and your allies if it is not addressed, or if you stay here too long, or it's just bad.
Okay. So I have an idea.
Yes.
Of a way to deal with it. There's no like thing I can do to fix this, but I'm trying to like reach into my monk powers and my Klashtar like psychic connections. Is there a way that I could use my understanding of chi and my way that I stun to focus on
Stun the
people...
wind.
No, to focus on my understanding. Yeah, I have done that. To my understanding of like psychic attacks and the mind in general, to try and maybe expend a key point to grant some sort of protection to each person from this psychic attack.
So you want to spend a key point and exert your influence using your basically like your telepathy and your ability to connect
like
with
chi
people.
block their brain.
Yeah.
To try and
fantastic.
do something to help.
Okay. How do you? I love this idea. Does anything happen? Like, do you do anything physically? Do you enter into anybody's minds?
I would absolutely
what
have to like. It would absolutely be like a physical. I have to like kind of walk up and like. If you've seen Avatar, kind of like when he blocks. Like they're bending.
Sure. So you have to go up and you have to touch the points, right? You have to like.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wait, how far are you in the series?
Points.
We finished it. We're on Korra now.
Okay.
Very nice.
Which everybody is apparently an energy bender, but whatever.
Does anyone? Okay. So as this happens, right? The howling is rising in each of your minds to the point to where it's overtaking everything else. You watch as Matashtai kind of approaches, and does anyone like resist him or try to?
I will
do
say this would be a moment where they would absolutely see Valina.
So you can actually see like the is it so in my mind, right? It's like the partially removed energy spirit.
Yeah,
like
she
hovering
moves
over
in the
you
same
type
moves as me.
Absolutely, it's not like she's offshoot
taller, more
completely.
lithe, and like
whatever. Fair enough.
Lithe. It's cute.
And okay, so Matashtai comes to each one of you, and you can see him and this apparition. And he goes through this moment of trying to block out whatever this is, the taint from the far realm. Okay, very cool. Matashtai, you can deduct a key point, and none of you have to.
Is it just one for everybody, or would you like me to
It's
reduce
just one for
each
everyone.
person?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's like you're sacrificing a key point to the event, I would say.
Okay.
I would say for scenarios, right? This is Valena probably like coaching you in your mind, right? Because the quarry are close to. Madness is not outside of their nature. It's a familiar thing to her.
Two sides of a coin.
Yeah, absolutely. So she will, in kind of like coaching you through this, she will say that this is the madness that you face here, the taint that you face here, is old and weak.
Damn, weak taint.
So what you're doing right now might not be as effective in the future, depending on what you face elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But for now, an expenditure of a key point means that no one has to roll a madness check.
Nice, no taint.
Cool.
The
Do we still like were we still bombarded with
so the
whooshy madness noises?
the madness is still there. You can still kind of hear it, but there seems to be a barrier between you and the howling of the wind itself, right?
It's like you got
can still
headphones
hear
on.
it. Yeah, it's like you put noise canceling headphones on. You can still hear it kind of whooshing around and screeching past you. It's just so muted at this point that it doesn't take all of your attention and thought.
Can we
At
hear each other?
this point,
You can hear each other. You're still kind of muted, and it's hard to
Yeah.
hear each other, but you can hear each other now.
Matt would then say, like, this will help for a minute, but we should probably take care of whatever's doing this.
We rush forward
Sure. Thank you.
to take care of it.
Bones rushes southwards. Or doesn't.
Yeah,
I
we
have
just
to move
stayed.
my own character.
Yes, you have to move your own character, you lazy shit!
He's busy doing other things.
Yeah, he's off Minecrafting.
I'm not. You're a liar.
Uh-huh.
As he closes the app.
Showing that disrespect, Zach. I appreciate it. So,
Okay,
You guys-
I moved.
run southward, right?
Wow, you are in a wall. Okay.
Trying to
I'm not in
make
the wall.
it
Oh, I am kind
to
of in the
pass this howling wind, trying to figure out what's going on. You hear the wind does get louder, right? But the muted situation that you are in rebuffs the effects, basically. It is now at this point where you would make madness checks, but you guys are safe from that. So there are thick webs that are surrounding the cave that you're entering into now. And you all begin to feel this kind of like twitch at the corner of your vision. Those black motes that I described earlier, they are still there. They're still kind of like flickering about your vision. And you see, just out of the corner of your eye, something there, right? Your head kind of snaps instinctually towards the figure, and you see the spider webs, right? Just kind of shift just slightly. But there is that the effect is muted, right? Because of what Matashtai has done. But at this point, the hair on the back of your neck begins to rise, and you begin to kind of get a little bit of like a primal instinctual fear. This is a bad place.
Well, kind of already committed, so At least that's how I feel.
Yeah.
disagree.
Lives depend on us making it through here. So
Okay.
Matt would steel himself and push forward through whatever this is.
Okay, so you do actually like have to literally push forward through some of the cobwebs. Some of the webs themselves, the spider webs, they're kind of like laid out in almost like a drape-like fashion. Kind of like like you're walking down a hall of the string beads or whatever, and you gotta have actually kind of like push your way through them. But they're just spider webs. They're just kind of like hanging there. So you find yourself let out into this larger cave, and there's just slash marks all across the walls of the cave, all around it, just like deep grooves cut.
Do they look from claws or
into
from
the stone.
steel?
It's hard to tell, honestly. It seems to be from multiple different things, so it could be both.
Okay. Like, I don't know that I would be able to tell this, but like the look from fight.
Only if someone was fighting very violently with the wall.
Okay.
So still possible.
My first instinct was a big beast and a dude with like a great sword, and they're just like
no, it's so that type of like, you could envision something like that in your mind, and you could envision seeing like claw mark here and sword mark there, right? A duel around the room. It's like someone went and Julianed the entire wall all the way around the circumference.
Oh, so it actually looks deliberate.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
It looks like someone was very angry at the wall, or several someones or some things were very angry at the wall for an extended period of time.
Probably the mad-ridden Drider that has both claws and blade.
This is
Sounds
hard.
like a
Like,
safe
could an
assumption.
insight give any sort of information as to, does it seem like a beast trying to escape?
Maybe like a investigation or an insight or something like that. Sure.
Well, I'm way better at insight than investigation, but whatever
It's
you want
fine.
me to roll.
I think insight is okay here. You're looking for that spark of information, the moment of aha. You're trying to piece something together.
Like, I'm trying to tell
Insightful.
if, does this look like a rabid beast trying to get out, or does it look like something just mad walking down the hallway?
Okay. A 23. It looks like a broken spirit trying to get out of something. Sure. It looks like madness.
Oh, that's hard. Oh, that actually super contradicts what I was just about to say. I'll still say it because I think Matt is an optimist at heart. So he'd say there seems to be something trapped or held here in some way. It wants out. Maybe we don't have to fight it if we give it a way out.
What?
Okay. Why? What?
What? By the way, that was to each of your minds directly.
Yeah.
Into the mind.
What if there's a reason why it's being held?
Good point.
I'm
good
sure
point.
there is, but
Is this something we can deal with later? Because I feel like we're on a clock ticking.
I have no idea.
While that goblin's still sitting on that boat. 5, 7, wait, 1.
I'm just bringing it up in case we run into something on the way, and maybe fighting isn't the only option.
Okay. Sounds good. Continue. I mean, if you want to lead the way, otherwise I just ran off.
No, you can lead the way. Matt's been kind of like shadowing you, so
The way leads westward.
Totally see, like,
It doesn't take you, by the way, Bones, as you start to move westward, right? It doesn't take you mere moments to get through the haze of webs, and almost instantly start to leave the howling wind behind you. At the point at where you are at, that howling wind is down to a bare whisper, even without the muted nature. But you
so it was
hear
definitely,
instead,
like over here.
you hear instead,
This is some demonic ass shit.
you hear voices. And you hear suddenly what sounds like a whip crack.
Whip crack with
And you hear a audible moan.
Giggity.
uh-oh.
Sexual in nature, or
Oh, of course.
There is
sexual in nature.
there is definitely some pain mixed with pleasure in the sound of that moan.
all right.
Like the initial part, the initial high pitched point of it sounds like pain, and then it trails off into more of a moan.
Should we come
Alright.
back later?
yeah. Are we
Is there,
interrupting?
is there like a sock hanging off of like a stalactite or something?
You guys see a tunnel that curves northward.
Right, we're all, it sounds like we're in the right place. Let's go. I curve
Okay.
northward.
As soon as you step out, right, you see and are seeing there's a sudden oh shit moment, right? Maybe less so from you guys because you guys are kind of like expecting to eventually find things or find someone, right? But there's definitely like this weird oh shit moment from the drow that you have stumbled upon. So as you step into this room,
Yeah,
let me
now they're
just-
whipping each other. What the fuck?
let me describe to you what you actually see. So you see 4 chase lounges carved from dark wood and padded with spider silk cushions spread around the edges of the room laid out before you. Upon each lounge is a female drow. The 4, surprised by your sudden intrusion, all immediately kind of like jumped to their feet, right? In the middle of the floor, like out in the middle of the floor, almost kind of like as if the lounges are surrounding it intentionally, right? Is a 10-foot diameter circle of what honestly looks to be like dried entrails. Surrounded by a ghastly script that is written in something that is dark red.
Okay.
So definitely blood. Got it.
Maybe also blue.
There are
This is Kool-Aid.
2 doors on the west, and there's a door on the east. Right, as soon as you all kind of like step forward, and the 4 drow like see you, right? They hear you. They surprise stand up. You all hear that whip crack again, right? And again another like moan mixed with pain and pleasure coming from the eastern door. And almost immediately, this one drow steps forward, and she looks left and right at her kind of like companions. And she kind of like crosses her arms and looks you up and down. And she says, in kind of a unpracticed common, she says, "And who are you?"
I feel like I do not have to say this, but in Bones' mind, I say, you might want to produce the head now.
I pull out a bag with a vaguely head-looking thing in it.
Is it doing like the dripping blood on the bottom side of it?
Oh yeah,
like
it's a
soaked
fresh,
in.
that's a fresh head.
If that's as fresh as they gave it to us, hell
It's
yeah,
not.
it
It's
is.
absolutely not that fresh. You guys would have had to like manufacture it a little bit.
Well, we just have Ezra prestidigitate it a little bit to, kind of spruce it up.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
sure.
Just tell him.
Spruce it
Just
up.
tell him. Slayers of Ezrah.
Yeah, Slayers of Ezrah. We're here.
Hell yeah.
The drow, she looks at you and she kind of like furrows her brow, right? And she looks at another one of her companions, and she kind of like nods towards the door, and she says, "Reston, it's Silkers." And the drow kind of like
Who's Silchrist? Aren't we here to meet
moves towards
Delasia
the
or
door,
whatever her
right?
name is?
You guys
That's
do
her.
anything?
Teresa was the.
That was the
Teresa.
guy that spoke for us, I think, was Silkos.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like our
Okay.
handler in a way.
That was pretty close, actually.
And while he's
Delasia.
getting retrieved, by the way, what's going on back there with the whole stuff?
Fine screaming.
So you guys don't stop the drow?
Nope.
From
Shut
going to get the guy?
She moves to the door. She moves to the door directly west of her, and she knocks 3 times.
I will say, we're in a bit of a hurry. I don't know if you noticed, but there's some folks chasing us. Can we bring this in?
Apparently, we
Uh,
pissed off some hags. We've
So
got
there's no response from the door yet, and the drow, the woman standing there, kind of like she looks and she motions you forward, and she steps back slightly, and she says, "Here, stand here," and she points in the circle of entrails.
No. Politely pass.
Can we stand not in the middle of that?
You were told where you could stand. Take it or leave it.
I stand in the middle of the viscera.
As I walk in, I would like to slyly mess up the circle.
Like
Like kind
secretively.
of drag my foot as I walk in, kind of in a way.
Okay.
Breaking the alchemy circle.
So you're trying to do this secretively though?
Yeah.
Sleight of hand
I'm
me.
not like, hey, I see your circle. Fuck that.
Yeah. Sleight of hand me.
All right. Sleight of hand.
Oh no!
So
You sure do try that.
you an attempt was made, right? You do kind of like drag your foot ever so slightly, right, across the entrails, and you disrupt their cohesion slightly, but you actually, in doing so or in trying to do so, you come to find out that they're not just laid there. There's some sort of like substance binding them to the floor, right?
Great.
That's weird.
Fantastic.
And like you don't trip or anything like that, but you basically just like kind of drag your foot across rubbery entrails, right?
Yeah.
And the drow notice, at least the 2 that you're facing, right? And one kind of like chuckles and points down at your foot, right, while looking at the other. And the one that's doing the most of the talking, she looks at you and kind of like rolls her eyes at you.
Call it a professional fear.
And then the drow at the door knocks again, right? And then you all hear a shout. And the door flies open. And stepping out from the door is a tall, dark woman. Who is
dark.
very well built. Okay. She is broad-shouldered. She has
She the whippy.
She has long, stark white hair pulled back in a ponytail. She is wearing studded leather armor.
Okay.
And she has a sword strapped to her hip, right? Behind her, like you guys can kind of see just past her, there is a nude male drow strapped into a sturdy table, positioned
Sex table.
Positioned beneath what looks to be like a massive water barrel. And you can see there's his face is covered. He has like this white hood on. And it's soaked.
Waterboarded
it
while
looks
they bang him?
soaked.
God damn, waterboarding the dude. That's fucked up.
It's real messed up.
Welcome to drow culture.
That is not okay.
Jeremy, international law would like to have a conversation.
It's not me. Not me.
So
What's next? They gonna tear gas us?
So
this is what happens when you have like a Geneva Convention.
yeah, absolutely.
Matt is starting to take notes of what he needs to run a treaties for.
So this woman steps forward, right? And she looks livid at first, and she is staring daggers at this other female, the one that was knocking on the door. And she raises her voice in Elvish, and she begins to say, "I told you not to." And then she sees some of you standing in the middle of the room,
Like this.
And her head kind of cocks, and she looks at you and she says, in very clean common, she says, "You must be Ilnor's adventurers."
Ilnor. That was the guy. It was Ilnor. Yeah. Not Citrus or whatever the hell her name is.
Citrus.
What the hell's her name?
Secret.
You said it once. How the fuck do y'all know?
She's fucking tasty.
Silchris.
Okay, y'all didn't know that. Fuck off.
And so this drow, she says, "You're also the ones who killed the drow patrol at Crossfire Canyon, aren't you?" Or Crossfire
Hey,
Cave,
they came at us. Like we were just
Yeah, I don't normally let people kill me.
Well, un momento. Check.
In fact, that's the reason why we came this way, because we were told the way we were escorted is full of people that are wanting to kick our ass.
Silchris, or this individual, just smiles, and she has a wry grin on her face, and she says, "None of my concern. Besides, Meriton was always a fool.
Yeah, fuck Meriton.
We are better off without him."
Agreed. He was weak too.
"Why are you here?"
Turning the head just seemed convenient to right up the river.
At this point, Matt's actually going to speak into Bones' mind. Bones and probably Ezra too. But say, I really shouldn't say anything in this area because I'm going to say it wrong. So, pretend that we don't care about nothing. Good luck.
That was a double negative. So we
Okay.
care about.
So while that's happening, Bones, you say,
I don't know what you mean. What does that mean? Pretend we don't care about nothing?
Like, have no morals.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
So what had you just said, Bones? I don't remember. Oh, so you lifted the bag, right? And you said,
Let's say
You got
got
the
a
bloody
head.
bag.
what's her name? Thalrissa? Thalrissa?
Citrus.
Crest.
Teresa. Teresa's who we're looking for.
Teresa. Teresa said, do a job. Job done.
We did job.
Job done.
Job done.
Okay.
So you were
work.
ordered by my sister
Oh.
to go and kill a man. You left our land. You killed some of our people. And then
Self-defense.
you actually went and did the job, somehow making it into the Legion's hold, assassinating their leader, bringing his head back to us.
Really wasn't that hard. He's old. We gained his trust. I killed an Oni. Look, hands.
Damn it. I clearly missed something and I'm sad.
Look, hands.
There's another crack of the whip,
And
and
they're doing some group sex in there?
and Silcrest kind of like again rolls her eyes, and she points at the eastern door and she says, "Will you halt my sister's endeavors, please?" And the drow in the corner
Me? Oh, not me. Okay.
knocks on the door, right? And there's a call from beyond, and there's some whispering, right? But it's too close of a room for like the whispers to not be overheard, right? It's obviously like this one drow is whispering through the wall that we have people here, like adventurers, right? And there's a few moments.
I mean, we can wait. We can wait a minute if you guys want.
And
Like,
then
I
the
don't
door
want
kind
to
of
be in a bad
opens,
mood.
right?
Y'all need
And
to finish?
Where the,
out
what the fuck is
from-
the Legion doing?
out from another room comes stepping forward another woman.
Great.
Alright, this is escalating very quickly.
This is getting very. This is gonna end poorly.
This is
So-
getting out of hand.
So you can see
Now there are 8 of them?
you can see beyond this one. You can see there's a large rotating platform with leather straps taking up the majority of the room, and strapped onto this platform is a naked drow woman covered in tiny, angry red welts, right? And the woman stepping out into the open is holding what is basically like a cat of nine tails.
Is all this weird drow sex stuff written into the module?
I don't know. I don't remember. It's been so fucking long since I read the module. Let's check.
Just out of curiosity.
The water torture room is written into the module. The whipping room is written into the module. I'm probably a little more explicit on describing them than is written in the module, but yes, they are in the module.
I mean, water torture room. What other water torture is there other than freaking waterboarding somebody?
There's the drip. You could do the drip.
Oh,
Yeah, but she's clearly also fucking him, like while doing.
We
it.
didn't say any of that.
No, that was
You-
very clear.
You assumed that, and that is perfectly fine for you to assume that. That's okay.
I didn't assume that. That was obvious.
And
That was
it is
made very
also
clear.
perfectly fine if people are into kinky stuff. That's okay. Anyways, so this other drow woman steps out, right? And she seems annoyed, right? And then she sees you guys kind of standing there, and she looks across at Silcrest. And it takes
Who is it? Is
like
it Teresa?
like they don't move, they don't talk, there's nothing there, but they like look at each other for a second. And then the new one, right? She goes, "Oh.
They talking.
Oh."
Oh, they're gonna kill
So,
us.
And
we pissed off
Silcrest-
a lot of hobgoblins.
So Silcrest kind of like crosses her arms, right? And she says, "His head, yes? Let me see it."
I mean,
The
I
jig
don't know.
is up.
Teresa said give it to her.
Well, we will give it to her. But I see it first.
Teresa didn't say give it to you. She said give it to her.
I don't care what she said. Her hand
I
comes
care.
up.
Maybe we should ask her.
her hand comes up, and she says, I feel like tensions might be high. You did just come out of the madness tunnels after all. Surprised
Yeah, it was
each
not
of you
great.
has your wits about you. Quite astonishing, really.
Oh, the madness tunnels. Yeah, that tracks. That tracks for that place.
So, let's all take a deep breath. And let me see the head.
I like how compliant Ashes is. Take a whiff of those entrails.
Mm. Hold on, I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna make a big show about thinking about it. I'm stalling for time, hoping the Legion's gonna do something and it makes it to them.
Go ahead, Jeremy. Do the thing.
Thinking about it. I'd really feel more comfortable with Teresa.
How unfortunate. I would much rather you just show me of your own accord. I'd rather
is
not
unfortunate.
have to use force.
I put it back in my bag.
Wait,
Of
we
holding.
don't want to fight. We just don't want Teresa to kill us for insubordination.
That's right. She said bring it to her. She didn't say bring
So,
it to Secret.
so there's a moment, right, where Silcrest again crosses her arms and she looks across at the other drow woman, the one that stepped out with the cat of nine tails, and she looks up and she says, Helenonia, do you think... And the other one nods, kind of coyly. Right? She's... I don't trust you. I don't trust you at all. You reek of indecisiveness. And
Okay,
truth be
you're
told,
right. It's true. You're right. Here, I get the bag out and here it is.
she nods to the closest drow, who steps forward to take the bag from you.
I stab her.
You don't want to fight. You don't want to fight, so your plan is to fight.
Look,
I'm the one that said I didn't want to fight.
Okay.
That was me.
So
I said
it is what it is. This drow is...
I think this is the right choice.
This
Get the
drow
jump
has
on him.
stepped forward to...
Damn, hold on, wait. Do they know? I
Like,
wonder
did
if they
you
know what
even
I'm
show
at.
the head? Did you?
I opened the bag.
She
to
probably
get
has
somebody to
no
come-
idea what this guy looks like.
I opened the bag to get them to come next to me so I could stab her.
Yeah. So,
I think this is the right choice. I don't know if it is or not. Hold on, Mitch is looking incredulous.
No, okay. I want you to know that I do not hold your decision against you. I do
That
think
sounds
you
like
maybe should have
someone
let
who's
her.
about to hold the decision against me.
I do think you should have maybe let her see it and then decide. But
No, I don't want them to see it. No, I bet they have like a wanted poster or something. No, I stab her.
okay,
okay.
it is your character. You do exactly what you want to do.
You guys have let me run this social encounter, and this is how it's ending.
It is awesome, and I'm loving every second of it.
The social encounter is over.
As he stabs, I kick out
Enter
of the nearest
combat.
person.
All right. Everyone select their tokens and roll for initiative. Let's do this,
Yeah.
boys.
Oh, I'm so glad I healed up.
Lord, baby Jesus. Okay, that's not terrible.
Oh, okay. Woo.
Give me big numbers. Hapoo. That is
I
a
like big
very
That is
numbers.
a very big number, Ashes.
nope.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Jesus.
Why do I get the feeling you're going to use your bonus action to disengage, walk over, and stab the man next to me instead of the person next to you?
Who knows?
And then I'll have a
Anything can
drone
happen.
staring at me.
Okie dokie.
Hard to say, honestly.
All right.
Oh yikes, that man's fast. Oh, that's a fast man.
So the one that was originally doing the talking to all of you all, right?
Yeah, does this bitch get stabbed? Or are they just like on fucking edge so I don't get to stab?
No, yeah, I mean you're all like surrounded, or you're all together in each. She already like was like, hey, every tense moment, emotions are high. So as you go to like draw a dagger and stab her,
Fair enough, yeah.
everyone's like, huh. So
Yeah, that's fair enough. That makes sense.
in a lot of situations, I will absolutely like let you guys do the surprise attack, right? But in this situation, it's like literally everyone is on edge with like hands on weapons, ready to go.
Everyone
type
knew
shit.
we were there.
It's waiting for one person to pull the trigger
It's
for
like
the
a
gunfight
standoff
to
at
start.
high noon. Everyone's looking at each other with their hand on their gun.
Yeah, absolutely. and Bones is the one who lost his cool first.
I don't give a shit. I do not give
Not
a
a
shit.
single person was surprised that day.
So, everyone sees the hand flash for a weapon, right? Everyone raises weapons. You're all going for it. This drow is just the one that moves first. She raises her. She grabs a crossbow at her hip, right? Raises it and fires. Just fires at the closest target. Fires at Ashes, yelling right as she does, to get reinforcements. So she
I'm
fires.
still standing here unarmed with my hands in the air, like, oh.
Blame your party.
Can I reach out and grab that crossbow?
No, you cannot.
Would not stop him.
That is a 21.
Yeah, that'll
That
do.
is 5 piercing damage, and I need you to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
Yay! Yay!
Can I make a fire saving throw?
Shut up, Jake. You jinx him every time you do that. Stop doing it.
See,
God
he's
damn.
fine. He's
Meets
fine.
it, beats it.
Yeah, because I called you out.
No.
Meets
I
it, beats it.
believe.
All right, you resist the drow poison. You are not poisoned or knocked unconscious.
Ooh.
Cool.
You want him to fail.
Very nice. This drow does rush to this door, and she throws it open.
Well, what's she? I don't see anyone moving. Oh, okay.
And then so that was 5.
Fuck, she's running for help.
5.
Well, I'm hoping there's not much help, because hopefully a goddamn hobgoblin
Basically
arms
makes it
attack.
right there.
We went too early. Hobgoblins haven't even attacked yet.
I have no idea how
How-
early or not early. we
How
were
long
going.
did you tell the goblin to count?
I don't know, 200, 150? I
How
don't know.
long did it take the boat ride to get there?
Like 5 minutes.
All right. So, Bones, you're up.
This is why the details are important, Bones.
Nobody else spoke up.
I did.
Matashtai.
I did.
I don't recall.
You're
that.
like, I'm gonna keep going.
Bones, what would you like to do?
I stab.
You stab.
I stab.
I disengage. And I go over here. And I stab.
Oh my god. Okay, you go over there and you stab. Alright.
Advantage. Stabbing. Oh yeah,
Okay,
get stabbed.
that is definitely a hit.
Offhand stab. Oh, I already. Never mind. I already used disengage. No offhand stab. But first stab and bonus.
No offhand
and-
stab, but that's okay because you disengage, whirl around, rush it behind this other one, and basically slit her through.
Yeah, get fucked on, bitch. Sorry, I respect women.
God damn, Zach. It's okay until you follow it with statements like that. Like, the qualifiers are what hurt it.
It's too late. It's what's done is done. What does dead man never die?
Jesus. All right. So this. So the. I know. I know her. So this one actually, like, this one right here, the second sister, right, Pelinonia, she actually drops the cat of nine tails. Like, she throws it down on the ground and she raises her hands and she says in comment, she says, "Nope, this is not the fight we want. We don't want this fight. Stop!" And Matashtai, she kind of like steps back just slightly from you. It's your turn.
Yeah, after I
That was
slit
this
that
chick
bitch's
right here?
throat, of course you
Yeah.
don't want the fight.
Okay, so we murdered this person. She's like, "Nah, we don't want this fight." I turn to this person because
That
clearly
sounds like
she's.
a, fucking an excuse to get more troops in here.
No, I actually I turn to this person in command, and I like step up to her as I draw my spear off my back and I say, "We don't want this fight neither. How about you?"
She looks at you, right? Kind of like eyeing you up and down.
There is
and
zero deception in my voice.
She's like looking at you, looking past
I
at her
kinda
center,
look
and she's
at it.
kind of like grinding her teeth, right?
You see, while she's looking, she sees.
Are you gonna
Ashes,
do
she
anything?
pull a bolt out of
so
his
she's
like.
grinding her teeth.
She's kind of like, she like looks at you, right? She looks past at her sister, and she kind of like grinds her teeth. Like she looks past at her sister and looks at the dead drow now bleeding out, or like throat slit on the ground
That's
across
their
the
fault, that's
room.
not my fault.
Can
Did
I
what
say
had to be
anything
done.
else, or is that the end?
You can hold your action.
You're border, yeah. I mean, you have an action. If you want to use your action to like push conversation or try to do something else besides, like, I'll let you do that, but there's only so much time. So
Okay, I'm gonna try for that. I'm gonna use my action to also say, "We can pay for a life taken. We don't want to fight."
How to save a
right, your turn's done. Ezra, you see the exchange happen, right? You see a crossbow bolt fired, Bones rushes forward, slits a woman's throat. Matashtai rushes past after, this other drow that's partially out of your sight now, like, yells about not wanting to fight. So you hear all of this happen. You see all of this blur of activity. What do you want to do?
I'm going to shift slightly. And what am I going to do? Perks of being a spellcaster. If I hold the spell, I lose it if I don't use it.
That's
Yep.
rough.
Do you, I don't want to tell you to play your character, but do you have anything to like amplify diplomacy in any way?
I can use my mage hand to give you a round of applause.
What's the sound of one hand clapping?
Yeah, snaps. It just snaps.
It's got a
Get that.
I was also
Poke
looking if you had
feel.
like any like calm emotions or anything
No,
like that.
Oof.
No.
Oh, this would
No.
be a great moment for like a calm emotion spell. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Calm,
The only
so
time
calm emotions
calm
is
emotions
one of those
ever
spells which I
works.
always pick up if I can,
Yeah.
but
Never
never get to
use.
use.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Because the
I'm
times you
trying to
can
run
use
a
it, they're
dynamic
so
game here for you guys
good.
to be able to do a bunch of different stuff, so
Honestly, calm emotions would be really good for
it might be.
Ezra
at
is
least the
actually
current stuff.
gonna slowly back away and break line of sight.
He's
Yeah,
fucking
of course
gone.
he
He's
is.
like he's booked it. He's
He's fucking gone.
great. Now it's 3v8.
Unsurprised. Okay. So it is now Silcris's turn, and she had Matashtai is up in her face. There is one of her subordinates is dead on the floor in front of her. Blood is pouring out of this lady's wound, the gash across her throat, and you see it's kind of like mixing with the blood of the circle. And there's almost kind of like that supernatural effect where the blood kind of like pulls into the circle.
Almost builds into
Right?
the circle.
Yep, absolutely. And Silkris
I kind of pick
looks
up
across. So, Matashtai, you were persuading?
Whatever you think I was doing, that's what I'm doing.
I think it sounds like a persuasion. I would
'Cause I'm
have
bad at all things charisma related.
I would have given you advantage, except for the death. I think now gives it a disadvantage. The Silkris is pissed. So,
Okay.
This too. Maybe they need to be more amenable.
They disagree.
they definitely disagree.
Well, I'm sure
So-
they do.
Matashtai, please roll me a persuasion.
Or up. At disadvantage?
No, at straight. Straight. You
Oh,
would
at
have
straight?
at straight. You
Oh.
would have advantage because you would have had advantage for reasons. But the death gives a disadvantage.
I think
so
I
it's
think
a
I have a
straight
good
roll.
idea what those reasons are.
Oh,
Out of
I
curiosity, is
understand
it how I
fully.
handled it, or is it how we as a group came into it?
It's because I killed this bitch. That's why.
Uh,
What do you
No,
mean?
not the disadvantage, the advantage.
How you have handled it allows the check, period.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. So persuasion?
Oh. Well, looks like we're fighting.
Oh.
Silkris
God.
draws steel, and she attacks.
Alright.
Alright, so she goes into... short sword comes out, and she starts swinging at
God
you,
damn it, I should have
Matashtai.
bonus action patient defense.
You were trying to be non-hostile. You were trying to bank on the scenario. You had a good chance, honestly. Like
This is a learning opportunity for
I
Matt.
knew your
Yeah,
persuasion.
my learning opportunities, I need charisma.
I knew your persuasion was 0. Your DC was basically a 50-50.
Yeah.
Okay. Let us do this. So she's going to swing. Short sword.
Oh, thank God.
Another short sword.
Oh my God.
Hmm.
I'm dead. Oh no, I'm not dead. I'm nearly
Too
dead.
bad you can be
That's
crit.
33 damage.
Yeah, it's
so-
Matashtai is not ashes. I could crit him.
Oh man,
Wow.
I would have taken that like a fucking champ.
Okay.
Thanks, Bones.
Fuck off.
All right. So the first one you're able to parry out of the way with your spear. The second one, she feints left and then drives it basically into your gut. And as soon as she does, like, you're able to like shift just slightly to where it's not a mortal blow in and of itself, but you feel poison just blossom in your veins, and immediately you almost kind of like from the amount of poison injected into your body. Okay, Gareth is tied down. He spends his action, his turn, untying himself or herself. Sorry, Gareth is a woman. She spends her turn untying herself from the whipping post.
Wait a minute. What kind of ties has she been tied up with where she can just let herself loose?
It's a
Sex
sex
gun.
dungeon, dude.
The ones that are
Can we-
fun.
Throw a lot more
Can we
hardcore than that.
roll to like
need
see
to
how
fight
bad that knot
Get the
was?
brains.
No. Ulrael is dead.
Bitch.
Nerizmar is also bound, so he spends his turn shaking loose of his bindings, like pulling free of his hands and ripping the hood off of his head so he can like look up and try to figure out what's going on. He sees his mistress in combat, so he is going to roll off of the table and towards a pile of gear. And that is his turn. Alorgul is going to roll a 50-50, actually. So roll... No, it's not a 50-50. It's a 70-30. Roll... I'll let you guys do it. Someone roll me a 1d100. And the odds are 70-30, basically.
Which one is good? High or
30...
low?
Well, you don't know which one is good.
Okay.
Gotcha. Alright, so... Alorgil draws her hand crossbow and shoots at Bones.
Whew.
That's an 11. Clatters against the wall next to you. And then she too begins to move this way, kind of towards the other direction. Ashes, you're up.
I grasp the bolt that I was shot with, rip it out, and starting from where the wound is, hair starts to blossom and slowly starts covering the rest of my body as I turn into my lichen form.
Poking out.
Okay.
Two sides. This is derpy looking wolf. All right, cool.
Derp.
Derp. And I'm going to.
She probably would have stood.
Step back.
I mean, you're gonna have to tell me if I can do this. Is there enough room for me to move this away?
No, she is basically standing in the doorway. Unfortunately, the way that the map is designed, I can't.
That's what I'm asking.
But yeah, she is blocking the doorway, basically.
Okay, well then I'm just going to move down here instead to this person that has already been stabbed at, and I'm going to claw, and claw.
Claw that bitch. Oh yeah, keep clawing.
The
Bonus
first-
action to transform.
First one definitely hits. Okay. Second one definitely
I like
hits.
this song, Jeremy.
I like it, Will. Or as
That was
well.
a good one.
16
That was a
damage.
good combat one.
So yeah, you step forward, slash down across the chest, right? Next one up, rips open the throat. She falls dead.
That'll be
Anything
in
else? All right. Balwira does not hear pursuit behind her, so she kind of steps forward into the room ever so slightly. Looks around, shoots at the nearest target, which is Matashtai.
Shit.
10.
Mm-mm.
Miss. You can only catch if it hits, right? You can catch anyways, can't you?
So I can do it whenever the fuck I want.
Okay,
But that missed me, so I'm
There
not
you
going
go.
to use it.
I just making sure. All right, so that's 5, 10.
for flavor. I would whap it away. With
Sure.
commentary.
And then she comes back up here, throws open the door, and she moves. All right, Bones, you're up.
Okay. I come over here.
Okay. Dash past the werewolf.
I hold an action.
Ooh.
If she continues to be hostile,
All but assured.
and I say, "Do you or do you not want this?" I'm ready.
Okay.
Hey, Jeremy, one more time. What's that plug for the music you use?
We use Adrian Von Ziegler. You can find him at Adrian Von Ziegler Bandcamp or Bandcamp. Adrian von Ziegler. Actually, I can throw a link in the. But
I was gonna
anyways.
say, like, side note, like, dude has such a range of music. It's insane.
It's
What's
amazing.
also just the not only the range but the sheer number.
It's
Yeah,
so
Dude works hard.
So in the
It's so
time,
much.
I have purchased the complete discography from him, and I did that like a year and a half ago when we started playing Dragon Heist, right?
I actually bought it too when you did because, like, at that point there were like 300.
In the time since then, right? For free, I get this for free because I got the complete discography. He has added another 50 songs to the 300 songs that are on there, and they're amazing. I mean, there's many of them are in a similar fashion, right? A fantasy Celtic kind of vibe, but there's stuff from
Sure.
all over the place. You know?
But like,
It's
he actually
great.
has a really good like Eastern
Oh,
style
100%.
of music too. Like, he has some.
There's
really
a
good...
lot of like pretty good Middle Eastern kind of like Arabic style scenarios. There's quite a bit of almost Eastern flair in some of the songs. There's a bit of like 8-bit tune-ish stuff that he has, which is pretty decent.
cool.
So
I really like those.
he's got stuff all over the place. It's awesome. Okay,
Sorry,
so
not to sidetrack, but
sorry. So next up, right, Bones, you rush forward, so Pelinonia, again, her hands are raised. She looks over at the drow that is in the room with her, and she says, "Here, hold. Do not engage them." And she looks across.
real quick, who says that?
So this one over
Pelin-
here.
Pelalonia.
Okay, that's the same
Pelinonia,
one that
yeah.
backed up before, right?
Yeah, she's dropped the cat of nine tails. Her hands are up. She looks at the drow in the room with her, the one that like unbound herself, right, from the whipping post, and she just says, "Do not engage them," right? And you can see Silcris just seething, right?
Okay, that actually tells me what I wanted to know.
Okay, and Matashtai, you're up.
All right.
What killed her for?
Out of pure survivability, Matt would be unwilling to not murder this bitch. So
Sure. I mean, considering what she did to you in a single turn, absolutely, I understand that.
oh, that's
No.
unfortunate.
Oh, oofles. 19 is pretty good, but just as you think you're going to land the blow, she shifts, brings her arm up, and sweeps it away as she uses her reaction to parry your blow.
All right, I'm gonna use my bonus action to punch her again.
Do it up. There we go. All right. She can
I'll
only
try to
block
stun
so
that
much. Absolutely. -10. Okay, so Constitution is a +5.
What?
21.
That'll be a save.
All right, flurry of blows.
Okay.
Fish it. Fish that's done.
16 does not hit. She is able to deftly move to the side. You basically like punch the door as she like pushes your hand away.
I'm gonna die.
Anything else?
Nope, that's all I got.
Ezra, you hear the sounds of Ash's transformation, right? You hear the sounds of battle, you hear shouting, right? What do you want to do?
I will. So I've been listening to the scenario that is at hand,
Absolutely.
and I am gonna go ahead and cast Hold Person at her.
Ooh, at Silcris. Okay.
Mm.
A hold person on
move.
Silcris.
This is a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Well, how am I gonna know if she's still hostile if you hold her?
That's a question.
That's a bones question.
All right. She has a +4 to her wisdom save. She freezes.
You see Matt look back at Ezra, just a moment, like a fleeting moment in the battle, just like loving eyes.
So I love it, and I'm gonna think like it to. I think because I want to make this very clear, right? And maybe my comment of her seething was not enough, right?
She's literally just like.
But she basically like as Ezra steps forward, because her turn's next, right? As Ezra steps forward and he begins to speak in his arcane tongue, right? None of the rest of you really understand. None of you have Arcana, do you? No.
Nope.
None of you really.
I have used this
stupid at
around
that.
Well, even the scenario, like, it's just like when you step forward and you begin to speak in kind of like your arcane tongue, it's like they're like, oh, this guy's speaking in another language, right? He doing the Ezra thing. So like you begin to speak, and she like raises her short sword to like try to like cut Matashtai's head off, basically, and she freezes in like mid swing, and you can see it's that like whole like frozen thing, like her eyes are still like widened and her nostrils kind of like you see breath kind of like come out as she's kind of like halfway straining against the magic itself, right? Just full fury, which I think answers your question, Bones.
Murder.
Oh, she's still hostile?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't really want to kill her sister in front of her, but...
Nah.
Really? Now you have a conscience?
Now's the moral dilemma for Bones. Do you use your reaction or not?
Do I think the other chick can stop this angry woman? Which one looks older?
If it gives you any context, Matt, your ally, looks like he's fighting for his life.
I understand that.
I just don't care.
The Silcrest seems to be the older of the two sisters.
Older sisters never listen to younger sisters, so I stab her.
I stab her in the kidney. She is held, or she is paralyzed. So,
I'm glad that my
paralyzed
life
is a couple of things, actually.
Paralyzed is auto crit.
Paralyzed is a
super murder.
It's not auto.
Advantage.
Yeah, it's you
It's
don't auto
advantage
hit.
Auto crit if it hits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Advantage auto-
Yeah.
Okay, well, sure do hope I hit. 18? I don't.
She can't reaction paralyzed.
Her AC is
18.
18.
Damn.
Roll that damage again.
Please kill her. Kill her with a vengeance.
Oh
Okay, so
shit!
slash roll
You just-
1d4 and then snake attack.
Yeah, yeah.
Dice.
Okay.
Dice.
20, 35.
15, 26,
I
42.
don't think
42,
42 is quite enough, but I wish it was.
Basically, Bones steps forward, and you can't kidney shot her because you're in front of her, but you basically like stab into her stomach.
under her ribs,
Yeah.
into her heart.
Yeah, she's fucking dancing, and then she's stunned, and I
Up through the
Oh, okay. Just pure curiosity. Bones, can you roll me athletics? I want to see if you lift her off the ground with that fucking
I'm
beautiful
really not
stab.
strong. I'm dexterous.
All right, so Bones triggering off of Ezra's hold person, right? Bones makes a excruciating blow against Silcris. Ezra, is there anything else for your turn?
No, I maintain the hold.
Okay. Silcris.
I maintain.
Actually, I would take a step back.
There you go.
There's the Ezra we love.
Gotta stay true.
At the end of its turn, the target gets to... Oh, actually, hold up.
There's no damage.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So at the end of its turn,
It makes a whiz save.
it makes a wisdom saving throw. So Silcris gets a wisdom saving throw at the end of her turn.
Oh
Please help.
god, that we fucking needed that real bad.
So you all hear...
I'm not gonna lie. You guys have not seen Matt actually in fear for his life a lot. But, like, this was one of those moments.
So
Where
there's...
she one hit nearly killed you.
Yeah.
So
Like
there's
when a
actually,
harpsichord
you actually see
destroyed
Matt,
my
like,
soul.
breathe a moment of
Okay,
relief
your hands were fine.
upon...
the scenario. So you all hear a
Yeah.
little bit of commotion from the eastern room. You can't really see what's going on, but you do see Pelinonia still like standing in the doorway, hands held aloft, and she's looking across the
Hello,
way.
here.
Huh? Yeah, that's Pelinonia here, and she's
Okay.
looking across the way at you all.
Bro, tell her to stop. Get her
And
to stop.
she doesn't say anything.
Oh, she wants her sister to die. Because when her sister dies, she
And
goes up.
Narazmar now grabs
Drow
his
culture. Boom.
grabs
I want that
his
insight.
short
Can I get that
sword.
insight on that?
I'm sure that's what they all want. They
Roll
all
an
want
insight
everyone
check
dead.
for me, Matashtai.
Actually, I want to. I don't know that I would actually see that. No, that doesn't feel. That doesn't feel.
Because
clean. I would
you're
not be
too
watching
you're
her.
too
I would
involved.
not
Yeah.
be watching her at all.
So
Alright.
slight little turn.
So
in her mouth.
Narazmar, kind of like he's not able to fully deck himself out, but he grabs his scimitar or his short sword, and he rushes to his to the aid of his mistress.
Too bad he can't get out the door,
Did
little
he only manage
bitch.
to grab like a loincloth?
No, he's
flapping around.
pretty much in the nude. So what he does is he actually grabs her, and he pulls her back into the room.
Matt,
What?
you have a reaction, don't you?
No, not. I don't think you get a opportunity attack.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
don't get a force movement. You cannot take
No, you're
opportunity
right.
attacks.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, she was forced to move by him. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he pulls her, like, he basically, like, grabs her and, like, yanks her back, and then he throws himself bodily in front of his mistress in the nude with a short sword, right? And he's gonna take the dodge action, basically, is his attempt to defend his mistress.
Do I understand his stance? Like when you say he takes the dodge action, do I see that?
Yeah, I think it's a understandable concept, at least for a humanoid creature, right? He's a familiar enough individual that you see him fall into like a defensive stance. Like he's moving, he's kind of like at the ready, like he's watching your weapons, your bones
It's something
as weapons.
I've done
right?
on many
Absolutely,
occasion,
yeah.
And
So
Just I want to meta this real quick. If depending on the dudes up to the north, she's held, and the people in the right cell don't want to fight.
Alorgal
Is
goes
there
5, 10,
anybody
15, 20, 25,
aggressive
30.
right now?
And runs right here. And because she is not as brave as Balwira is, she's going to throw open a door. And then she goes another 5, 10, 15, 20, 30.
All right, well,
Ashes, you're up.
reinforcements.
I want to actually look to my allies. Do you want me to pursue?
pursue. Do not pursue Lubu.
You want me to pursue Lubu?
What would it cost me to talk to him?
I mean,
Nothing. You guys. So he can speak as a free action on his turn you guys can respond. It's barking. It's called barking. It's what I do with NPCs all the time. As long as you guys aren't
Okay,
carrying out a
here's the
conversation, you're fine.
I don't want them to know what I say to him, so I would like to psychically respond.
Your ability doesn't say anything about utilizing an action to do something, does it?
I think it costs them an action, like a bonus action to respond.
Does it?
Hold on, let me double click it real quick.
Do not pursue, Lubu.
So here is the text for it.
Mind link.
Oh, so it's a bonus action. I have to use a bonus action to do it, so I cannot technically
Then no, you can't do it.
right now.
You can't do it off of your turn. Then no.
Then I would say we only need to kill what's necessary. We completed their mission.
Okay.
Well, if that's the case, what I'm going to do is come up here, hold position, and I am going to roll for Rite of Storm. So I'm going to take 2 HP.
Okay.
And apply Rite of Storm.
Okay. Really funny how that all works out.
And wait, how much movement was that? That was 20, so I have enough. I'll move up to this door instead and sit here.
Okay.
And I will.
As you rush around the corner, you see one of those drow. She sees you because she hasn't. No, she would have seen you in the distance.
Right. So
she sees you now, coming up behind her in wolf form, right?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to like a breakneck, like I'm not going on full movement speed. She would know that I'm stopping and not aggressive. In fact, I'll use my action to also take the defense.
Dodge action. She just runs
dodge.
from you, man. Like she sees Wolf Boy and she's out.
The motherfucker's a werewolf. I don't want to fight that.
Like she's fucking done. Bones, you're up.
Okay, I take a second to look back at what's her face, as if she's gonna do something.
She has a grin on her face.
All right then. Well, there's a naked man in front of me.
This is exactly what you think it is.
But I can't get advantage on him.
This
Still have
yeah,
advantage.
well, technically
You
you
can
have
already
flanking.
take full
You
advantage.
don't have
of him.
advantage, but you have flanking on him, and he
No, I
probably
mean
has an
I
AC
can get
of 10.
sneak attack. But...
You have an AC of 10.
And he's naked. You can take full advantage of him.
Soaking wet.
Yeah, but I want to kill her. No, it won't be. It won't be an auto crit. I'll stab him, I guess. God damn it.
Okay.
Normal. So fucking sad.
So sad.
A 13. I think that actually might still miss.
You have disadvantage. He has taken the dodge action.
Well, okay. Well, hold on
Oh
then.
yeah.
Well, Mitch fucked me.
You
Oh,
rolled
13.
higher.
The 13.
Fucking dick.
So actually,
Mitch fucked me again.
I
can't get sneak attack if I have disadvantage. It doesn't matter.
that's true.
Look, you brought yourself a disadvantage. This whole fight is your fault.
This
So
is not my fault.
you do
Everything
hit.
that has happened is your fault.
You do hit. The drow is unarmored, so is unable to actually. Basically, his AC is 12 without his armor on, so you're able to hit him, and you're able to basically like carve across his chest because he can't really defend himself very well. But he is still standing. He cries out in pain, but pledges his undying loyalty to his mistress.
Sweet. I use my bonus action to whip my offhand dagger at her.
Okay, gotcha.
so I get advantage on offhand.
But he's
bone
dodging.
attack.
At
Oh,
her.
that's a crit. Oh, that's a crit, my
Okay.
dude. Ah,
She's
snake attack. Enjoy.
She dead.
Do you get sneak attack on her?
I have advantage.
Because she's paralyzed.
If you have
True.
advantage, you
Okay,
get sneak attack.
I was making sure that paralyze wasn't only melee attacks, but it's not. So absolutely,
No, the auto crit is only melee attack. But
Gotcha, that's what it
so
is.
doesn't matter.
100%. Awesome. So yeah, you hurl. So you stab him, right, and he screams out, right, like basically like his undying loyalty for his mistress, and you casually throw a knife past his shoulder, and it takes her in the eye. And she's frozen, so she just stands there, right? But it's clearly like there's this much dagger in her head,
It
right? And he just like
This
looks
much
back.
dagger.
And he just screams horrible, like broken loss scream.
Dude was just getting waterboarded. Screams
Right?
broken loss. Jesus Christ, Drow Society's weird.
And as that happens, right, you hear kind of like this cough, gasp, like almost kind of like a surprise, and then a giggle.
Your sister's like, oh my god, she
From
died?
from across the room, you watch as Pelinonia, like, she goes,
Moving on up.
and she just
Everybody
holds
likes a
right there, at that position. Matashtai, you're up.
Matt's gonna be a little bit like fucked up after this whole arc.
Welcome to D&D.
Arc's just getting started, Matt.
Well, just
This is the
specifically, this guy's lover was murdered. Now Matt's decisions are: let this man murder his friends, or stop this man from murdering his friends by killing him.
Kill the naked man.
in
What do
his
you mean?
pain
kill the naked
of
man.
loss.
I don't care.
This is a terrible scenario.
You are putting him out of his misery.
Yeah, if you kill him now, he's
That
no
is
longer
mercy.
worried
I am
about his
hearkening
loss.
back to the Undertaker gang when Matashtai killed the one friend of
Yeah.
NPC, you know. Like,
Alright.
Matashtai, you don't have like
Matt-
good scenarios there.
Matt sees this as a mercy.
You're not going to be
and
able to
you
move through
see-
him, by the way.
I can't move. Oh, I can't move through here.
Yeah. No. Again, they're blocking the doorway.
What if
Like-
I run up the wall?
The mat, it's not that big of a door.
What the fuck?
It's not like a.
Yes, you run up the wall and then you army crawl through the top.
It's just unfortunately because of the way the map is designed, I can't always block doorways exactly specifically. Sorry, but yeah,
Okay,
that
no,
so
it's
this
not
is
bad.
just it's a single square doorway that he's standing
Alright.
in, screaming bloody murder.
Has he been hit at all?
Yeah.
Did,
Yeah, he's
Bones
been hit.
fuck
Yeah,
his
Bone
man up?
stabbed him, like raped
Oh,
him across the
fine.
chest. He's
It's
got
all-
this huge gash, just gushing blood down the front of his chest. He's
Wind
like
spike,
he's
the
wearing a
sharpest
blood
dagger in
skirt
my
now
arsenal.
at this point.
I say as I rear back Tom McKeary, I say, join her.
You have advantage on the attack.
Harder than hell. Is that like a good?
Damn.
Oh, really? Oh, shit.
He doesn't defend himself.
Damn. Execute him.
It's funny
Coup de
too. You
grace.
needed the advantage.
Yup.
There's a moment right where like he meets your eyes, you say the words, and then he just steps into the spear as you thrust it forward,
Oh god.
God.
and he dies.
I'm really unhappy that I read that correctly.
Apparently I need some weird drow sex stuff in my life. Like, goddamn, I never felt that way about anybody.
Oh, right?
I'm telling Rachel.
as this happens, right? In a few heartbeats pass, right? A few moments pass, and
Love's one thing,
you
but
hear
come on.
you hear across from the room, right? you hear.
Oh.
Well, it seems you've slain one sister for me today. How do you feel about another? And it is at that point that we will go ahead and end our session for tonight. We will pick back up next week and find out how the fuck that all works out.
I don't know what the goddamn the Legion's doing, alright?
They're away.
The goblin's still counting. He actually restarted.
He's not even at
after
200
120.
No. It's the timing.
He made the
is,
motherfucker count. Like,
crazy issue. We'll see how it goes. You guys have definitely passed some time in the journey up, the fight with the Drider, through the tunnels of madness, and then the conversation and now the battle with Silcris, right? But
Has it been enough time?
it hasn't been enough time.
Yeah, I was really hoping all my Hammond and Han would help that out.
Your 10 seconds of.
before we end,
Hmm.
as this conversation starts, Matt turns back, looks at Ezra, and Ezra, in your mind, you hear, "Thank you, brother."
Brother. With like a second layer just behind it of, oh god, what have I done? What have I done? Oh god.
All right, that was an exciting episode. We're gonna go ahead and close out there. We will see you all next week.
I am excited.
I have to award experience for this, but I need to actually go grab that. We will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night. Take care.